Before the video starts, I'd like to give a few disclaimers. This video is not made for kids. Sure shows cartoon characters in E-rated games, but there are also rated T and M games shown, games with firearms, and contains minor swearing. I also don't own any of the characters or music used in this video. We've all heard of the news, we all know what PlayStation's doing, we all agree it sucks, but there are so many more other issues with modern gaming that don't really get talked about. So in this video, as you can see from the title, I'll be talking about my top 5 issues with modern gaming. Now for this video, I won't be talking about PlayStation because everyone's already talked about it, and there's nothing really new I can add. Basically just consider it the number 0 spot. Okay, enough stalling, let's get into the list. Starting off the list, number 5 is video game graphics. Now this one's the lowest on the list because it's not technically a bad thing. And if anything, it's honestly just more of a personal preference. While I don't hate modern games, I am not really a big fan of how they look. Now don't get me wrong, they do look good. They are very impressive on a technical level. But especially realistic lighting, I don't really like a blinding light being shined on my face. Especially with remakes and remasters. Like sure, the remakes and remasters look technically better, but the original are just more colorful and more pleasing to the eye, and they're just my personal preference. And again, this doesn't really kill new games for me, like I still do like modern games, so that's why it's so low on the list. Not technically bad, just not my preferred preference. Next up is another personal issue for me. Single player games nowadays kind of feeling the same. Now don't get me wrong, I'm sure some of these games tell amazing stories, and once again are good on a technical level. But for me personally, it kind of feels like a lot of them are just kind of blending in. I'm not the only one, right? It always feels like we're just getting just another generic mystical or sci-fi adventure. Super realistic, big focus on deep emotional story, protagonists that kind of feel similar, and of course, these stupid walk scenes. Who thought these were a good idea? Who thought these were fun? Who was like, you know what's fun? If we had the player just have to hold forward the whole time and just walk slowly. To what, just listen to the dialogue? This could have been in a cutscene, you know. But I digress. Point is, to me personally, a lot of games just kind of feel the same as each other and just kind of blending in. I much prefer cartoony mascots and iconic characters over just generic soldiers. I don't know. To me, it feels less like they're making a game and more like they're making a movie. But that's just me personally. Now a little bit about me, I'm an only child. So growing up, I mostly played single player games since I didn't have anybody else to play with. So single player games are my go-to. And when games don't have single player options and force you to play online only, that's what usually turns me away. Especially being a casual player and being put up against a competitive player, only to get completely curb stomped because I'm not as good as them. Doesn't help when they laugh at you for it. Remember when places like schools used to push no bullying? Then you have games like Brawlhalla who actively encourage it. Now I know you're gonna say, they don't support or encourage bullying. Well, if that's the case, how do you explain the salt shaker emoji and the laughing at you emoji? Yeah, that's what I thought. Can you tell I don't like competitive gaming? However, there's another problem online-only games have. When people stop playing or the servers go down, you can't really do anything with it. For example, EA's Battlefront has a lot of collectibles. Except now you can't get any of them because nobody's playing. And as someone who likes to 100% complete games, it's stuff like this that really pisses me off. So I personally prefer when they focus on single player first, and then multiplayer. And of course, it does help separating competitive play from casual play. Who am I kidding? Competitive players are still gonna go on casual games just to bully people. You knew this was coming, didn't you? So let's not waste time here. So gather around as I bring you all into a terrifying world of microtransactions and season passes. Hey. This isn't funny. Just move on. You all knew this was coming. And it all started with Star Wars Battlefront 2. No, the bad one. There you go. Now, to be fair, this technically started with phone games, but those games are usually already free. Sure, they were still annoying, but they needed a way to make money somehow, especially since it was free. And then Battlefront came along. Already a $60 game, but everything was locked behind a paywall. So not only did you have to pay $60 for the game already, but then you had to spend more money afterwards just to unlock stuff. This, however, led to something even worse for consoles. Thanks to games like Fortnite for making it mainstream, the Season Pass. In-game events that allow you to earn items for a limited time only, sometimes even needing to pay for a premium. And other games followed suit. Brawlhalla, Roblox, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, even Pokemon Legends ZA. And honestly, if it wasn't for Season Passes and limited time events, I probably would get into games like Fortnite and Roblox. Especially since both games had really cool items that I really wish I could have gotten. But because it was limited time event, and I only found out about it now, I wasn't able to get the items. So yeah, Season Passes, microtransactions, and limited time events. But believe it or not, there's something even worse. But before we get to that, here are some honorable mentions. Game file sizes just free up more space. It's annoying but manageable. Cloud gaming and game key cards. They're both horrible, but they are very rare and uncommon. And finally, prices. Yes, video games are very expensive. And yes, some games are overpriced. But there are times where the games honestly justify their price. Plus, you can always save up until you do have enough money to buy the game. It's not like you have to rush or buy the game as soon as possible, right? Right? And here it is. The biggest thing that kills the hype for modern games is pre-order bonuses. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the physical goods you get with pre-order bonuses. That's a completely separate topic. What I want to focus on is the in-game content locked behind pre-order bonuses. As a completionist and someone who likes to 100% complete games, pre-order bonuses, along with scalpers, are the bane of my existence. In my opinion, it feels cruel and unfair if someone really wants the game and the pre-order bonus, but they can't afford it, but then they save up and are able to afford the game, but they don't get the pre-order bonus because they didn't have the money earlier. And like I said earlier, as someone who likes to 100% complete games, it really gets to me and frustrates me when the only way to unlock some in-game content is to literally invent the concept of time travel. Now thankfully with some games, they do have pre-order bonuses that become available later. From what I've heard, Warner Bros. Does that. And I do praise Nintendo for being one of the few companies that just straight up does not do pre-order bonuses. But the worst part is that people actually defend and love them. But I've seen multiple people defend pre-order bonuses and saying things like, dude, it's just a cosmetic, calm down. Or, you don't need them, you can still experience the full game. Or, they should stay exclusive. If you didn't get them, sucks to suck. And heck, I am not kidding. When I legit heard someone the other day suggest a game collection, and it sounded amazing, until then he said the game should exist as a pre-order bonus. The whole game, the game itself, is the pre-order bonus. And I just struggle to see why people love them so much. You love to be rushed into buying something? Not everyone has knowledge or access to the infinite money glitch. At the very least, I don't see people defending microtransactions or season passes. Sometimes you're not even guaranteed to get it. I pre-ordered Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 to get the Patrick skin, but despite pre-ordering it, I never got it. In my personal opinion, the only pre-order bonus you should get is just having the ability to play the game early. That feels pretty fair and reasonable to me. Same thing applies to LEGO Comic-Con minifigures, but that's a topic for another video. And this is why I love retro games and want more to be brought over to modern consoles. I mean, heck, I made a whole video about it. And there were even some games I didn't include in that video. Old games are special. And in my opinion, what made them so special is, well, what I've been talking about this whole time. But anyways, those are my top 5 issues with modern gaming. Thank you all for watching. I've been the Orange Diamond, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Also, destroy all monsters. Please don't have a pre-order bonus. So that's the video. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, I'd appreciate a like. If you didn't, well, that's what the dislike button is for. If you want to see more videos like this, you could subscribe. You don't have to, but you could. Anyways, see y'all next time. Peace. You know what else the PS5 doesn't have? The ability to play these games. These games in particular. Sony, you've dropped the ball.